live earlier for a while, but got hungry, had to take a break, and uh, yeah, get some things done. And I figured, I'm like, you know what? I keep gaming out, might as well go live. Just doing running around. Ain't really doing the storyline, just getting XP. Till it becomes easy to run the spider forest. Like, just be walking around like it's nothing. That's what you want. Each level. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Hope your day is going great. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes. We are killing evil in the spider forest. A Diablo 2, as you already shot. Oh yeah. Check everything. I'll double check stuff. I don't care. Ain't got nothing else to do. Because I don't have other hobbies. Because I'm a fucking gamer, bitch. You know what? Let's see here. What the fuck is going on here? Oh yeah. I can switch this. This is still the. Let's get some extra RP or experience, not the RP. Used to say an RP because of Grand Theft Auto. Ow. Yes, slaughter them all. Crazy watching how there's like bags behind them like jiggles when they die. Jingling, dingling, bingling, dingling, do. How are we gonna catch you by your toes? You're just a little average Joe, just all walking around this planet, and you don't even know that you're just a jiggling, diggling, diggling, diggling. Oh, you got a ticket, and it's gonna get punched. You always gotta pay your taxes. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, gotta go. So you might as well play video games and say it oh well. Being out my Diablo. Oh. I'm gonna kill these damn poisonous spinners. Oh yes indeed. Boom! Boom! Yeah, yeah. Get over here, lad. Where are you going? The world is in chaos. So enjoy your day. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. And that's the reality of it. If the nukes are gonna fall, the nukes are gonna fall. You know what I mean? Just enjoy your day. See here. See what type of goodies we got. Oh boy. We'll take it, we'll take it. We'll take it. I'd say so. I'm gonna go back to town. I gotta put these back up because I was trying to get a guy to do the cow level, but he wouldn't do it.
Good day. Yes?
Yes. $11 to $22. Hmm. 82. Just because, yeah. Oh well. I can either sell that, hold it, meet somebody and drop it to them, and they can hold on to it, and they can, you know what I mean, or they can eventually end up selling it themselves. You know. How was this? Nothing. 4-2 live per stone hit. See, 3 to minimum damage, 109 in attack rating. See, those are always something you want. Attack rating, buddy. Bam! You know, gotta increase it. Nah, we ain't doing that. We just sell. And sell that as well. 6 to poison damage over here. Okay, okay, I can see, I can see. Nah, we don't need that for sure. Yeah, this might as well just sell it. Ain't nothing special. Come back over here. I don't want to talk to you, dude. I'm gonna put these up and start saving some of these. Get more familiar with all these. That's my own objective. And then these, you can put in like I did with these. Here, you see, 3 slots. You know what I mean? So, for instance, I got a bunch of different ones, right? That I've been saving just to give to random people. But you see, you got your green one here. That's a smaller version of this one right here, right? And you can see 20% poison damage over 4 seconds, 4 to your dexterity, 16% poison resist. Alright, so you can imagine that that's just a little bit less than, see, 3 to dexterity, right? So the bigger, better ones you find, the more it's going to add to the set attributes. Okay. Let's see here. I gotta go up there. 63 to wear that damn thing. That's insane. And honestly, I really don't even need it. Sorry, chat. Trying to haven't smoked a cigarette in a month or so just been hacking stuff up. Still been fighting the urge too, and I tell you what, uh, the patches, uh, the pills seem like they don't really work because they're still giving you that nicotine to help you quit smoking cigarettes. So I found the best way to quit smoking cigarettes is to essentially, yes, you want to help use that medicine to quit because quitting is what's best. Because obviously, smoking cigarettes is bad for you, but is to when you get down to a certain milligram of said, like let's say you use a patch that you put on your arm, and it gets down to like let's say 2 milligrams, right, or 4 milligrams. Well, that's it, right? So you're still gonna have cravings for that 4 milligrams. So it's a mental thing. You know what I mean? After so long of not actually smoking that cigarette, right? So you're still gonna have uh, some physical, you know what I mean? And then it's gonna be more of a mental thing, because you're trying to break certain, certain habit of using your hand to smoke a cigarette. You know what I mean? So you got to power through that by changing what you're doing. And even like for instance, you might experience a craving where you're like feeling like a rush of anxiety, yeah, or like a craving for the cigarette, and maybe like, oh man, I feel lightheaded, and next thing you know, your ass is like really, really hungry, and sure enough, you eat, and then you feel better. You know what I mean? It's like, what the heck? And then like, you know, for some reason, I don't crave a cigarette now. It's like, huh? I don't know. It's weird, but just gotta keep on throwing punches, and eventually, I think that after a set amount of time, those mental cravings, because, if it takes like 10 days for nicotine to leave your body, if you're, unless you go cold turkey, which is very hard to do, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people just can't do cold turkey. I know I can. I get too snappy, and then I treat my loved ones bad, and who wants that? No one wants that. So then you got to try to lower your nicotine level, and that's probably what's best for everybody, especially if you've been smoking cigarettes since you were a teenager, and you've been smoking cigarettes for 20 years now, right? So you got to lower your nicotine level, but at the end of the day, it's a mental game more than it becomes a physical, right? Because after so long, you're no longer physically smoking a cigarette. All right, it's a mental thing inside your head, and then you have to avoid triggers. and those are triggers of your mind. So you got to essentially learn to create a different thinking pattern, right? Of thinking more positive, not thinking about certain things that essentially bring up anxiety. And a lot of people will debate this, but honestly, anxiety is induced by your own self-conscious thoughts, right? Because at the end of the day, the world around you is going to keep going. It's going to treat you however it's going to treat you, right? And the only thing you can do, right, is how you react to all those things. So if you react with a bad attitude and always like just going off the rail, right, and just not letting it happen and letting it take its course, because regardless of you getting stressed out, smoking that cigarette, it's still gonna happen. You know what I mean? People are still gonna say things that are gonna irritate you. You know, random strangers are gonna do things that, you know what I mean? Because it's just life in general, right? So the only way to really, truly like just kind of be able to mentally just chill is to learn to accept everything for what it is, right? And just kind of go with the flow and try to just not let things affect you, right? You know, you could be you're at work and someone says something to you that irritates you, right? But why is it that it's irritating you, right? That's a you thing, right? Now, regardless, if you tell somebody too much information when you're at work, then yeah, you know, if they don't like you, then they're gonna use whatever information that they have that you have fed them, right? They're going to use it against you in certain times, right? Because, you know, people will read people like when you're at work and see when you're irritated, so then they will say certain things to try to get you to snap out, you know what I mean, for you to lose your job and to look like the bad guy, and oh, you're having a bad day, and so on and so forth. So ultimately, what you do, you don't talk to people about your home life when you're at work, right? You're there to make money. You're not there to let everybody know your business, because honestly, the more you talk about your positive stuff that you going on, you don't know what people got going on, right? And they could be craving that stuff themselves. They could have a bad energy to themselves, and they be putting be putting you down, expressing that. And I mean, so if you're flaunting that enough around enough people that essentially ain't happy and they're all just a bunch of pricks, right? Then you got all that negative energy, right, coming at you, and you don't even know, right? You know what I mean? And maybe they're not even like discussing it with each other. Maybe there's just a couple people that secretly be like, man, fuck that person. Screw that person, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So just go there to make your money. Treat them nicely. If they treat you rudely, don't talk to them. You know what I mean? That goes even with school. Don't talk to them. Act like they don't exist. You are there to make money for yourself. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So when it comes to quitting smoking cigarettes, right, you have to be like essentially kind of like that with everything, for a while, until you can adjust your body and your mind to, not let everything affect you to the point that you feel stressed out and you work yourself up to where you get angry and you start yelling, and then you feel like you really want to smoke a cigarette, you know what I mean? And sometimes you just gotta either game out more, pick up the weight, sit-ups. You gotta be moving around. You just can't be staying in place, staring at the wall all the damn time. That's what it's all about. guys can remember to stay away from that Mountain Dew as well. If anybody is watching. Alright, we gotta go back this way because I've already been in that area, but we're gonna grab this real quick. Then go back to the Great Marsh.
I am overburdened.
Yo. How goes today? Hopefully it goes good. Alright, so it looks like let's go up that way. Wait, I have to double back up. This direction.
I can't carry anymore.
Right. Okay. I think I have explored all of the Great Marsh, maybe? So we are going to double back this way since we have explored all of the other side and see what happens. Because if we come up here and we turn right, where it cuts off, we've already went that direction. That's where the waypoint's at. This direction is the waypoint. So we're gonna run down this direction. We're gonna have to cut over here though. I gotta put my character in walk mode real quick to build up my stamina. See all this area right here? Yeah, see, we'll explore this. Make sure ain't nothing else over in this spot. Yeah, see, we go over here. Ow. Okay, we had to cross over. What's this here?
I need mana.
Spider Forest one way. Now we'll double back the other direction. We gotta go this way.
I can't carry anymore. Not in town. Yes?
Greetings.
So you're chipped 10% to life, adds 3 to 4 fire damage. 5 to 8 fire, armor 17, and then helms. As you see, the difference. They all have a little bit of this and that. Yep. Now we're about to give some people, hopefully lower levels, some gear, help them out a little bit. Level 6. Rogue encampment. Pick him up, dude. on, buddy. Pick him up.
Greetings.
Nothing on that one. Let's see here. 993. Holy. Almost there.
I can't carry anymore. Good day. Yes?
Yes?
I can't do that here.
Good day.
That's why they don't really like put a trade on that person or what. It's like they just talk. What the fuck? Is it a quest? Or are they just on around? Alright. Look for Flare jungles. Search for 6 temples in the bazaar. Upper and the causeway for lamb. Yeah. So the flare dungeon. Look for bin in the flare jungle. So these two are tied, I think, maybe together. But then you got this one here, the causeway. So there's a Karas Bazaar, the upper Karas. Welcome in, viewer. Welcome in. But I still want to just run around and level up. Oh, as you could see, there is town and right here. So we was running back this way. As we cut over, enemies you avoid kill more minions of the dark. Yes, that's what we do. Live description. Minions of the dark. We kill all on each level and be live. Unless we play different video game. Oh yeah, a correct short bow. Gotta build up my stamina. Go up over here. Oh.